Okay, so we're gonna take that ball, put it in one hand, go into a Pilates V. We're gonna lengthen up and down, circle it around. Lifting up on the inhale, exhaling down. Lift up and down. Releve, up and down. Lifting it up and down. 2 more, up and down. 1 more. Let's reverse that circle. Inhaling and exhaling, up and down. Lengthen, scoop. We go for 3 and 2 and 1. Chin to chest, roll it down. Inhale, 2, exhale. Press into that ball as you come up. Inhale, 2, exhale. Sweep that ball back up. Bring it back down. Nod the chin to your chest. Scoop and breathe. Bring it back up. Inhale, 2, exhale. I'll circle the opposite direction. We'll inhale and exhale. Nod that chin to our chest. And pull it back up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take the ball to the hand. Take the other arm out like a T and reach the toes long. Good. We're going to press into that ball to lift this leg and lower. Press into the ball to lift. No leaning, nice and tall for 4, and 3, and 2. Hold it here and pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch. We reach nice and long. Press into the ball as we lift it up and tap. Inhale to exhale. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. And 1. And release. Take it down to the floor. Take the ball underneath your feet and grab onto those weights. Good. All right, so our toes are on and our feet, the heels, are off. Reach the arms long. We're going to roll that ball out and bicep curl in. We'll lengthen and scoop. Inhale to exhale. Out and in. We round, lengthen. And we go for 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. Hold right here. Bend the elbows, knuckle to knuckle. We'll go towards one side of the mat and center, other side and center. Twist, center. You want to wrap those legs, scoop that belly, and make sure the shoulders are relaxed. We'll go for 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Lengthen the arms back and bring it back up. Roll that ball back out. And we're going to take one knee, draw it into the chest. Let's roll that ball in and out. You're also more than welcome to put those weights down and place your hands on the mat to support your back. 2 more. And 1. Lengthen that leg. Other knee comes in. And here we go for 4. And 3. 2 more. Here's 2. And 1. Walk those heels on top. Flex your Pilates stance. Turn the palms to face the thighs and roll down for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nod that chin to your chest on an inhale. Exhale, round up and over the thighs. And start to bring it back. Melt those shoulders. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, eyes to navel. Exhale for 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. And roll it back for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend the knees and take the feet directly on top of the ball. Turn the palms in and lower those weights all the way to the mat. Keep the arms lengthening. Keep the spine lengthening. We're going to tuck the tail and bridge up, pressing through the back of the body. Back of the shoulders are firmly pressing into the mat. And then we melt back down for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Roll the legs out. Bring the arms straight up. Return back in. Curl that tail. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Roll it out as you lift up and bring it back in. Curl, tuck, scoop. Melt back down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lengthen it out. Bring it back in. And we'll lift it up for 5, 4, 3, 2. Stay here. The thighs are pressing into your central line. The chest is open. The back of the head is firmly pressing into the mat. We'll take the legs out a couple inches and back in, holding that bridge. Out and in. Inhale, exhale. We go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fix that bridge and we'll melt back down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lengthen those legs. Flex your Pilates V. Arms up. Palms turn forward. Nod that chin to your chest and we roll up again. Inhale to exhale. And we roll it back. Inhale. Squeeze, wrap, and tuck. Nod that chin to your chest. Inhale to exhale. And bring it back. Inhale to exhale. We bring it back up. And here we're going to sit tall and lower the arms down. Straddle that ball between the feet and ankles. Good. Reach those arms long again. We're going to roll it back. And this time as the arms come down, the legs will come straight up. I'm going to press the hands into those weights and lift my seat up and down. Lift up and down. Up and down. Exhale to inhale. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the legs, grab back onto the weights and bring them straight up. Let's retrace those steps. Legs go up, arms go down. Pressing through those weights, we'll lift up for 4 more. And 3, and 2, and 1. Lower back down, grab onto those weights. Bring it back up. Press through and lift for 4. And 3. 2 more. Here's 2. And 1. Lower back down. Reach those weights up. And now I'm going to sweep those arms around and hug those knees in. Good. Okay. Take those arms into a 90-degree angle. Palms are turned in. Knees are way in. We're going to tap our toes down to the mat and then draw the knees towards the shoulders. Tap and in. Inhale to exhale. I'm going to add my arms. As my toes tap down, my weights tap back, and I pull everything in. I inhale to exhale. If you want, nod the chin to your chest as you bring those knees forward. I want you to keep your back imprinting on your mat, especially as you're lowering down the toes. We go for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. I'm going to lengthen my arms and my legs straight out. Bend everything back in. Put my head down and tap the weights behind me. Curl everything in. Reach long. Bend everything in. Tap back. Curl it in. Reach it long. Bend it in. Tap down. You never have to take your head off the mat. One more. In, lengthen, in, and return. Hug those knees in, and we'll rock ourselves all the way up. Weights off the side, grab back onto your ball. Your legs are a fist width apart, lengthen those arms nice and long. We're going to come back halfway down that thigh, or wherever you feel comfortable in that back, no strain. We're going to come up an inch and down an inch. So I'm going to be in this little rounded position, eyes to navel, shoulders connected to your back, and we go for 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Roll the ball to one side of the thighs, and we'll roll up the side, working that oblique. 2, 3. You're choosing how big the movement is. And 3 more, and 2, and 1. Back to center. And here we go for 8, and 7, 6, 5, and 4, and 3. You can always put the ball behind you as well for support. We're going to twist to the other side and give me 8, 7, 6. Both sits bones are heavy on that mat. 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Bring it back to center. Give me 8 more because you can. 8, and 7. Yes, you can. 6. Inhaling, exhaling. 5. Here's 4, and 3, and 2. Lengthen those legs and stretch forward as far as you can go. Connect the shoulders to your back, stack that spine, and come into a quadruped position. So I want you to kneel on that ball with your right knee and come into a quadruped position with the shoulders over the wrists and the hips and knees in a straight line. I'm going to flex my toes that are on the mat to lift that knee off the ground. Good. Hold here. Squeeze lemons in those armpits. And if you're feeling real strong today, can you take those toes off the mat and balance on that ball? Take it a step further if that's going well, and lengthen that leg all the way out. Hold here for 8, 7, 6. You can always put the ball toes back on the mat. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop that leg down, flex those toes. Press your back up against a ceiling and connect the shoulders to your back. We're going to roll that ball in and then right back under the hip. 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Can you balance on that ball again and lift that leg up and pulse it for 8, 7, 6. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You want another shot at it? Roll that ball. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it in, balance, and pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring that knee back down, sit back on your heels, and circle those wrists. Woo! Okay, switch. If you'd rather be on your forearms, right, you can try the forearms. You can also roll up the edge of your mat so your wrists aren't in such flexion. Okay? Does that make any sense? You roll it up like this. Okay. All right. So remember the toes that were with the ball, right? They can always be on the mat for balance. So I'm going to try and take both sets of toes off and balance. And then can you reach that leg back? 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Put those toes down. Pulse it in. 1, 2, 3, make that knee so light on that ball by pulling that belly in deeper. And 2, and 1, pause, knee in line with the ankle. Lift that back leg and lift. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, toes down, pulse. 8, and draw it in. It's like an ab crunch, so the abdominals are firing for 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Lift that back leg. Ooh, last time. 8. Oh no, don't lose it, right? 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. Straddle that ball with those legs. Stretch back and release those wrists. You deserve that. Right? Right. Okay. All right, so let's go back on our seat. Good. And we're going to take it all the way down to the mat. And we're going to draw those knees in. We're going to place that ball between the ankles. And my hands are reaching to the outside, those ankles. You can keep your head down. I'm going to nod my chin to my chest. I'm going to reach everything away. Good. Then I'm going to bring it in, grab onto the ball. Reach everything away. Put it back in. Lengthen, scoop. Inhale, exhale. Shh. Shh. If you need to, take the legs higher so you don't feel strain to that lower back. Feel those inner thighs activating with the glutes. I inhale, I exhale. Inhale, exhale. 3 more. That's 1 rep. 2 more. 1 more. Now keep it between the feet. Keep the arms behind you. I'm going to lower my legs and lift. If you want, put the hands behind your head. If you want, put your head down. We inhale, exhale. For 3, watch that neck. For 2, and 1, grab onto the ball and release. Let's look to one side of the mat. The knees go to the opposite side and switch. Good. And then rock yourself up. So we're going to take that ball to the tippy top of our shoulder blades. And this is only if you are going to keep your head off the mat. If you normally have your head lying down on the mat, don't put the ball behind you. Okay, so I'm way up high. I'm going to roll those weights back so I can grab onto them. I'm going to draw my knees in towards my chest. So the ball being higher up our back should help keep our head and chest lifted with less strain to our neck. I'm going to reach those arms nice and long. Palms are turned in. I'm going to go into the ab series, single leg stretch. One leg goes out, then the other. One leg, then the other. Inhale, 2, exhale. 2, inhale, 2, exhale. Inhale, 2, exhale. Make sure that knee is coming straight in and not turning away from your center. Make sure your shoulders are connected to your back and you have no strain to your neck or your back. Let's inhale one more time. Exhale and hug it in. Good. Zip those legs straight up to a Pilates V. I'm going to take the right leg down. My arms will go out. The left leg will come towards me. I'll switch and come underneath that right leg. I'm going to open and close. Inhale, exhale. Try to reach those toes so long, lengthen those legs. Inhaling one side, exhaling to the other. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. Hold. The leg that's up top, bend it. Take those arms and straddle that leg. Then we'll straddle the other leg and the other. And twist. So it's a very small twist, pressing into those obliques on each crunch. Can you feel those? 8, yes, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Weights down, hands behind the head, and we're going to stretch over that ball. Enjoy the feeling of the front of the body opening up, expanding. The head is resting in those fingertips. Nod that chin to your chest and hold here. Lengthen those legs out. Flex those feet. Reach those arms towards the toes. Start to come off your ball, but grab that ball as soon as you have all the weight off of it. Take it into your hands and sit tall. Connect the shoulders to your back and make sure your weights aren't going to roll away. The legs should be as wide as the mat and sit as tall as you can. Inhale first and exhale, nod the chin to your chest. And as I'm going forward, my navel is going back. Inhale, make sure those shoulders connect to that back. Exhale, I'm peeling off a wrapper with my back, but the lower portion of my back stays on the wrapper. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, nod that chin. Inhale, and on the exhale, open up to a T with the ball to the back of the room. Yep, and my palms are facing forward. So I'm seeing some of us sitting like this. Can you feel that? If you're feeling you're sitting behind your cheeks, try to flex forward more. If you have to, bend your knees, right? But we can't be in this position, okay? So if you're working out with a mirror, that's very helpful. You can see it. So we're going to rotate towards the front and then reach forward and saw off your baby toe, and your back hand is going to rotate so your palm faces you. And then we're going to lift back up and unwind. So let's do that same side. Let's rotate taller and taller. Now add a scoop as you go forward. Lift it up and unwind. Let's do one more. Rotate, spiraling taller. Exhale forward. Inhale up and exhale. Take the arms behind you to pass that ball. Open up that chest. And here we are on the other side. So we'll rotate around. Soft that baby toe. Lift it up. Open it back up. And we rotate. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale around. Spiral taller. We don't just twist. Soft that baby toe. Look at your back hand. Remember that palm turns in towards you. Let's just do one more. Inhale. Taller, taller, taller. Take it forward. Bring it back up. And back around. And release. Beautifully done. Take the ball between those thighs. Grab back onto your weights. Bring it all the way down, pressing air out of that ball as we're lowering down. Arms are straight up. Shoulders are connected. Nod that chin to your chest. Peel yourself up into a lovely diagonal. From here, we'll lower the arms towards the thighs. We'll bring it back up and roll back down, squeezing into the ball. Nod that chin to your chest. Eyes to navel. Then the eyes go up your thighs through the fingers. We'll lower down. We're moving here from our back muscles. And then we press into that ball as we melt back down. Nod that chin to your chest. Bring it slowly up, slowly up. We'll lower those arms and lift. One more time, then we'll add some more arms at the top. Use your breath. Inhale to exhale. Lower the arms down, raise them up, lower them down. So my abdominals are still engaged, so I'm not sitting here because they're not engaged there. Yep. Hold this one up, flip the palms. We're going to lower the elbows towards the thighs and then press straight up. We'll come down. Now let's add the ball back in. So as I press my arms up, I'm going to squeeze into my ball. So make sure those legs are close enough that you can feel those muscles, those inner thighs, the glutes, and of course, the core. Inhale down, exhale up, down, up, bend, lengthen. Now I'm going to hold this one here. I'm going to do little outward circles, moving from those back muscles. My core is pulling in like crazy. That ball is tight. 3. Oh yeah, we feel that burn. 2 and 1. Reverse. 5 and 4. Here's 3 and 2 and 1. Flip those palms and roll it back down. Hug those knees into your chest. Beautifully done. Rock it up. Weights off to the sides. Come onto your stomach. Let's put that ball between our ankles and lie all the way onto the front of our body. So I'm going to take my arms like a goalpost. The ball is nice and tight. The neck is nice and long. My belly is pulling in strong. I want you to press through the forearms in your hands to lift up your head and chest. And then come back down and release that pressure onto that mat. Press into the mat, lift up. Shoulders are connected to your back, and we come back down. I'm going to lift back up. Inhale. Exhale, come back down. Let's lift up on the inhale. Now on the exhale, can you lift the arms and the legs? Place them back down and lower the head and chest. So I lift up my head and chest first. Make sure my shoulders are where they should be. My glutes are firing. I lift up, bring it down, and release. Inhale up, exhale. Inhale to exhale. I'm always looking down to the mat where my nose was on the mat. Lifting up. Everything up. Everything down. And release. Can you give me 2 more? Inhale. And return. 1 more. Can we hold this one here? Can you lengthen your arms, squeeze into the ball more, bend back in, and just a little bit of pressure off that ball. Press into the ball, a little bit less when you bring the elbows back in. And 4, and 3, and 2. Hold it here. Can you pulse the legs up and down? For 4, and 3, and 2, and 1, and release. Slowly stretch back into your child's pose. Scoop the belly and round the back. Good. Come back into a quadruped position. Remove the ball from the feet. So we're going to put the ball between our weights so it doesn't roll into the pole. All right, so we're going to take the leg that's furthest away from the pole. And we're going to go into a fire hydrant. I call it a fire hydrant. We're going to take this leg up and down. Up and down. So I'm keeping everything else very stable. My standing leg is not going in or out. The knee is staying in line with the hip. My shoulders are connected to my back, so I shouldn't feel strain there. The crown of my head is reaching long, and the belly's pulling in strong. Now I'm going to add on to this. I'm going to take that leg out to the side, straighten it, bend it back in, and lower. So it's out, extend, bend, back down. That's it. Inhale, I press out. Exhale to straighten, bend, and return. Can you feel anything? In that glute, in that hip, outer thigh. The core is working like crazy to stabilize and support. 1 more. and release. And I'll let you stretch back for a second. Take those arms behind you and curl those fingertips to the wrists to reverse that stretch. All right, when you're ready, if you need a longer break, take it. I'm going to come back up. And now the opposite leg, I just first start with the out and in. So maybe on this side, this is as far as you're going to go. Out and in. You've got to stabilize that body by firing that core and keeping those shoulders connected to your back. Now, only if you want it, we'll lift that leg out, straighten it, bend, and lower. So you're going to try to keep that body as still as a statue when you press that leg straight out. So I don't want you shifting and leaning to get that leg out there. And lengthen, bend, and lower. Out, lengthen, in. You got 2 more to go if you want it. And 1 more. And return. Stretch back and release those wrists. Okay. So we're going to put that ball back between our ankles. We're going to come into a forearm plank, holding our weights. And again, props are always optional. So I'm going to hold them like I'm holding hammers or candlesticks. If you want to go back into a modified plank, walk your knees back. And make sure those hips are low enough that you can engage the abdominals. Otherwise, you can come into a full plank. Send that tail long. Pull that belly in strong. I'm going to hold this here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now your back hand, I want you to put that weight down and flatten that hand. I want you to turn towards the other side of your body that has the weight and come up here into a 90-degree angle. I'm going to lower my elbow back down and open it back up. Keep the ball tight. Down and up. Inhale to exhale. 1 more and return back home. Put that weight down and grab onto your other weight. So I'm going to look to the hand that's got the weight. I'm going to lift it up into a 90-degree angle. As I come down, I rotate and bring it back up. Inhale up, exhale down. And then take it all the way back down, release the weights. Hold here for 8 more counts. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 your knees and stretch it back. Scoop that belly and round the back. Take a couple breaths here, check in with your body because you are more than halfway through the class. Make sure the neck feels no strain, let it hang heavy, take it side to side. Good. And come back up. Okay, so we're going to take the right foot forward and the left hand's going to take that ball against the inner thigh. I'll reach forward and grab a weight. Now you're more than welcome to keep this back knee on the mat. Perfectly fine. I want you though to press the ball into the thigh into the ball. So I have this activation of my inner thigh and my core. If you're able, you'll curl the back toes under and bring that knee off the mat. So my arm that has the weight is going to go out to a T and then back down. 2, 3. So keep actively pressing that ball into your inner thigh. So it's not resting on top and the arms should be straight. And 5, 6, 7. Now I'm also going to add on to this. As my arm goes out, I'm going to lower that back knee and bring it back up. 7 more. 6, 5. Press into that ball more. 4. Pull that belly in deeper. 3, 2, and 1. Take that palm, face it behind you. Slightly hinge forward. I'm going to reach that arm behind me and lower. Behind and lower. So you're squeezing the rear delt and the tricep. I'm exhaling as I take that arm back. Keep that ball pressing into that thigh. And we go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, and 1. And I lower that knee down. Bring that knee back, and we'll put the other leg forward. And I take the ball in the opposite hand as leg and press it into that thigh. Grab onto that weight. You can stay just like this, but I don't want the ball up here. I want it pressing in, so the thigh's pressing into the ball and the ball is pressing into the thigh. Curl those toes under behind you. If you're able, come up to a balance. And here we go. Out and in. Out and in. Back heel should be raised. Both knees bent. First thing you should feel is that core engaging every time you go to make a move. If you want, we'll lower that back leg down for 8, 7, 6, 5. Keep that ball tight. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slightly hinge forward. Palm faces behind you. We'll see the arm behind and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 more here. Exhale, inhale. 6, 5. Here's 4. Good. 3, 2, and 1, and release. Okay, let's take it back onto our seats. Slide those weights back. Ball between the hands. We'll lie all the way down. The legs are a fist width apart. Arms up over our chest. Heel the hand on the ball, fingertips reaching long. Curl the tail and bridge up where we stay. So I want you to feel those inner thighs engaging with the core and the glutes. The neck should be nice and relaxed. The back of the head and back of the shoulders firmly push into the mat. We're going to tabletop this right leg and hold. Reach the arms away as the leg presses out, and then pressing the ball to bring it in. Inhale to exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Keep pressing through your standing leg. I'm going to change this in a second. 2 more. 1 more. Now the ball is going to go on the opposite hand as the leg. Okay? And that ball arm is going to reach away from the leg as the other arm goes towards the leg. And then we keep switching. So the arms are doing a scissor and the leg isn't changing. It's going in and out like it did before. Inhale. Exhale. For 3 more. 2, 1. Place that ball back between that inner thigh. Take your arm to the floor. We're going to lower down, come up and press into that ball. Lower the hips, lift the hips. Down, up, lower. Can you feel anything in that standing leg? 4, 3, 2, yowza. 1 more. Put that foot down. Fix your bridge. Ball up. Other leg. We're laughing. We're laughing. We're so happy. Here we go. Out and in. Inhale. Exhale. So I got 2 hands on that ball. I have another ball, but imaginary ball is pressing into that inner thigh, my standing leg, right? So it's not flopping around. Trying to keep my hips equal in a straight line. Don't let that neck feel any pressure. 1 more. Now the opposite hand as the leg grabs the ball, and here we go. And they're gonna scissor. 2. Inhale out, exhale in. 3. Hello glute. 4. But we're not done. 4, because we have one more thing to do in this series. 3. I'm so happy, so are you. The ball goes to the inner thigh, the hand goes to the floor for more support. And we'll come down, lift up 1. And 3. Come on, let's do this. 4. Give me what you can. 5. 6. We have 2 more. 7. And 8. Put that foot down, reach the ball behind you. Give me a nice big inhale, and on the exhale, slowly melt down. I want you to lengthen your legs onto the mat. Lengthen those hamstrings, the back of those legs. The back can arch. Feels good. Hug those knees in. We'll give a little rock side to side, and I think you need a little glute stretch right now. Would you agree with that? Yeah. Rock yourself up. Way to feel that burn and fight through it. It would have been so much easier just to stop, right? So we're going to cross the right ankle over the left quad, and I'll just roll my ball out. Can you feel that? So if I've got my right ankle crossed over, it's my right glute that should feel that stretch. And you might feel a little bit in that hamstring. Remember, your body's all connected. And then we'll switch the leg, cross over the other ankle. This is also called the figure 4 stretch. You can see number 4 here. And then we'll just take it forward. And that's okay. Okay. Get to know your body, right? Where am I more tight? We have a tendency to have injuries in the places where we're too tight, right? A lot of times. Yeah. Okay. Bring it back up, and let's come onto our side. All right. So we're going to place that ball at the very base of that rib cage. We'll plop over. All right, so if this is not a good position for you, if you can't keep this strain free and this pulled in, ditch the ball and lie all the way onto your side, okay? You can have your head propped up. You can lay all the way down. I'm going to grab onto one of those weights. My knees are to the top edge of my mat. We're going to do clam with a rotator cuff exercise with the weight. So as the leg opens up, the arm follows. Notice my upper arm is glued to my side. My wrist is staying straight. It's very common that people have a weight in their hand, they flick it behind, right? Because they don't realize that weight's just going with them. You want to make sure you feel no strain to that wrist. Can you make yourself a little bit lighter on the ball? And can you push that opposite leg down as you're lifting up? Lift and lower. Lift and lower. We go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now instead of a clam, I want you to take the whole entire leg, just like your bottom leg, and bring it back down. I lift and I lower. If this doesn't feel good to you, but clam did, go back to your clam. But I don't want you to change where this knee is facing. So I don't lift and turn it up at all. Maybe I don't need to go as high. And I take it for 5, 4, 3, 2. Now, can you hold this one up? Can you flex your foot forward? Lower, lift. So I'm going to try to have my heel in line with the back of my seat. So we're working right here. And 3, and 2, and 1. Bend that knee back in. And now I'm going to reach it behind me, trying to keep this still and not just tipping forward, right? I'm going to bend and extend. Bend and extend. And as you extend and you're getting longer and away from your center, squeeze into the booty more and to the belly. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. and bring it back in. That wasn't so bad. Take your top leg and reach it long. Lift it till it's in line with the hip. And we're going to do a little rainbow, forward and back, forward and back. If you want to make it more challenging, put the weight on that thigh. But it's going to make a huge difference even if you have just a little 2-pound weight, because that hip and that glute side of your body's been working hard. And the belly's got to pull in just as much when just that leg is moving. And 3, and 2, and 1, back to center. Put the weight down. We're going to grab onto that ball and go into a lovely side plank. Okay? So no weight, grab onto that ball, lift up the hips with that ball. We're going to thread that needle and bring it back up. If you want it harder, take that bottom leg behind the other leg. Hips are square, right with those shoulders. Down and up. And 3, and 2, and 1. Hold this up. Take that bottom leg. If it's off the mat, I'm going to bring that knee in and then tap it back. Bring it forward, tap it back. 3, 2, and 1. Bring that knee down and bring it up. Mermaid stretch. Put the ball between those legs. Grab onto your back shin and give me a lovely side stretch over. Bring those arms out like a T. Tip it. Lower it. Stretch it. And we switch sides. Okay. Moving right along. We're almost there. You're rocking it. You are rocking it. All right, so knees are to the top edge. Remember, you don't have to have the ball. You can lie on your side. If you're going to be up on this ball, connect the shoulder to your back. Pull this away from that ball. Grab onto that weight. We do our clam and rotator cuff. Up and down. Exhaling up, inhaling, regroup. Make it harder. Feel like I am trying to push that leg down as you are bringing it up. Up and down. That bottom rib cage should be pulling in away from that ball. So if I see this, that's telling me that you're not. And up. Move with control. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now I take that whole leg up and down. Opposition. I'm pushing that bottom leg down as I lift this top leg up. Bam. Squeeze that booty. Good. We go for 5, 4, 3, 2 more, 2. Now hold this one up. Flex that foot. Kick it out in front of you. Down and up. Bam. So when I go to lift that leg, it's just not this firing. It's the core pressing in like that little eject button. 3, 2. Bend that knee back in. Now reach it long. Bend the knee in and reach it long. So I'm looking for you to squeeze that booty just a little bit more as you extend that leg long. And we go for 4. Keep this bottom leg anchored, yes? 3, 2, 1. Regroup. Lengthen that leg out. Lift it up hip height. Flex the foot, and we're going to take it to the front and to the back. If you want, you put that weight on that thigh. But that little weight can make a huge difference. So if you feel strain, right, we don't use the weight. Bam. And bam. And 4. And 3, good, and 2, and 1. Release the weight. We grab onto that ball. We're going to go into our side plank, okay? So we lift it up. Thread that needle. Inhale. Exhale. Take your time. Feel that rotation. If you want, take that bottom knee behind you. That's going to put more weight on that shoulder, so be mindful. Now one more. We're going to hold this, and if you have both knees off, we'll take that bottom leg forward and back out. Forward, back out. Forward, back out. One more. And then lower that knee. Bring it down for your mermaid. Put that ball between the legs so it doesn't roll away. Grab onto your back shin. Up and over. Arms like a T. Take it to the mat, to the forearm. And stretch. Bring it back up. We'll just do one more. Side stretch. Center. Up and over. Lovely. Good. And come to a high kneel. Okay. So we're going to take the leg out. Hips are pressing forward. Reach that ball, chest height. And we're going to rotate towards the straight leg. Back to center. And then away. Back to center. I want that back heel lined up with the back of that knee. And the knee should be in line with the hip. It's hard to see all that sometimes without a mirror, right? Right. Now I want you to take the arms out like a T. The hand that's got the ball is opposite as the leg that's out. I want you to wrap this arm around and give me a side stretch. Bring this one back out. And now reach it to the mat in this lovely diagonal. Take the hand behind your head. We're going to lift this leg up and down. Lighter on the ball might be a wiser choice. And we go for 3. Good. And 2. And 1. Now, reach this top arm into a diagonal. Okay? I want you to make the ball even lighter. Pass it to your hand. Now the hand's dangling, right? Tap it. Dangle it. Tap the ball. Hold it. Tap it. Dangle it. Grab the ball. Pass it. Dangle it. Tap it. Woo, can you feel those obliques? I love these. I do them all the time. Last one. And then bring yourself all the way up. Switch. Reach the ball chest height. Rotate over the straight leg. Away from that leg. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Bring that ball up. Wrap this hand around. Side stretch. Hold. Hand goes behind the head. Press those hips forward. Lift and lower this leg. Bam. Feel that belly activating first. Shoulders connected to your back. Squeeze the booty. Outer thighs working. Hip. 3 more. 2 more. 1. Now make that ball a little bit lighter and take this arm into a diagonal. Pass the ball. Dangle. Tap. Dangle. Pass the ball. Tap the mat. Just tap it. Pass the ball. We're dangling. Now touch the mat. Get back off the mat. Woo! Relax the neck and shoulders. I'm feeling strain in the room. Touch. Pass. Tap. Hold. Touch. And then bring it back up. Woo! And bring it back in. Okay, quadruped position. Here we go. Ball between the ankles. Walk out into a full plank or modified plank. Ha. Hold it here. We're going to pike up the seat. The head's going to go between the arms, and my heels are going to push down towards the mat. Now, first thing it's going to move are my heels lifting, and they're going to lift by me rounding my spine, and I'm going to come back out to my plank. I'll do a tricep push-up, and I pause. Pike up. Heels go heavy. Lift your heels, scoop the belly, round your spine, come through. Tricep push-up. Pike up. Press the heels down. Lift the heels from your core. Bring the spine nice and long. Tricep push-up. Press it back, heels down. Exhale as you lift and come forward. Inhale down. Exhale up. Pike up, heels down, inhale. Exhale, heels back, forward. Tricep push-up. You want to do another one? Okay. Inhale, press. Exhale, curl and lift. Triceps. And then lower to your knees. Yeah, that was pushing it. Yeah, that was barely there. Curl those fingertips to the wrist. Lovely. Okay, onto your seat. Lengthen your legs and take your feet on top of your ball. Now this is going to be harder than it looks because we're pushing into a ball, and a ball is round and it might roll. All right. So leg pull back. So really your fingertips should face you, but that's a lot of flexion in the wrists, and you know me and my wrists, so I like to turn out a little bit. So it's watch if the shoulders are back in those pockets. Legs are reaching long. So everything in the back of your body has to be firing and pushing down. So we're going to lift up and then lower back down. If that didn't go well, you can try with your feet on the mat, pushing into the ball. And you don't have to lift up at all. You can just engage muscles without even lifting, okay? So we'll lift up, squeeze your seat, press the back of those knees down, and we return back home. We'll lift up, inhale, exhale. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, coming down. We'll just do one more. Lifting it up and bringing it down. Bend the knees in. Grab onto your ankles. Slowly straighten the legs as you scoop the belly in up position. So take your time. Back of the legs are straightening and pushing those knees down. I feel a lovely stretch in my back as well. Shoulders are melted. Can you pull that ball back in without changing anything else? Inhale. Exhale. Bring it back out. Pull it back in. Now this time I want you to go like into a butterfly pose. So the palms of my feet are together. My knees are turned out. I'm going to grab on with my hands to my ankles, and my elbows will push those knees down. Can you feel that stretch to the hip flexors? Does it feel good? Maybe you need to take the legs further out. Maybe bring them closer. Do what works for you, because you are amazing, and your bodies thank you for making it healthier today. Let's stack our spine. Let's sit cross-legged, and we're going to roll that ball out to finish. As far as you want to go. You don't have to keep your tail heavy. Just lengthen the spine. You want to stretch to one side and then the other. Go for it. Good. Now start to weigh down that tail more. Shoulders are connecting more. Belly's pulling in. And I bring my spine up nice and long. And I'm going to take my heart towards the sky. And return. You've made it. Yay! We did it! Woo! Stronger you today.